The old red truck sputtered, coughed, and died right there on County Road 47, stranded halfway between nowhere and absolutely nothing. Jennifer Walsh exhaled slowly and rested her forehead against the steering wheel. Another breakdown. Third this month. She was 32, a single mother working 2 jobs. And this truck was all she had. She bought it used 5 years ago for $800, and had survived on duct tape, prayers, and the snippets of mechanical knowledge she gathered from library books. The Texas sun blazed overhead, relentless, and while some called it golden hour, Jennifer only felt the heat pressing down on her, sticky and oppressive, wrench in hand. She popped the hood, and a hiss of steam immediately met her ears. That's when she heard the crunch of boots on gravel. A man approached, casual but deliberate. Dark gray cowboy hat, blue denim shirt with rolled-up sleeves, jeans worn with honest labor, belt buckle simple, work-worn. He looked like every ranch hand she'd ever seen. "Need some help?" he asked, his voice calm. Jennifer returned automatically. "I've got it," she said, pride ingrained too deep to shake off easily. He stopped a respectful distance away, tipping his hat slightly. Kind eyes, weathered face, mid-50s perhaps. The kind of face that had seen laughter, sorrow, maybe tragedy. "That steam suggests otherwise," he said gently. "Name's Jackson," he added. "Jack Cole," he corrected. "I know my way around an engine, if you'll let me take a look." Jennifer hesitated. Her daughter Lily was waiting 20 miles away at her mother's house. Her shift at the diner started at 6, but there was something in his demeanor, steady, unassuming, that made her nod. "All right. I appreciate it." Jackson moved the engine with a practiced confidence, studying it quietly. After a few moments, he looked up. "When's the last time you replaced the radiator hose?" I don't know," she admitted, ashamed. "Been patching it as I could." Jackson nodded, non-judgmental. "You've done well keeping her running this long. But she needs more than patches." Jennifer's throat tightened. "How much more?" "Well," Jackson said cautiously, "the hose needs replacing, the water pump's failing, and the thermostat's likely stuck." She ran the numbers in her head. Parts, labor, time off work. It was more than she had, more than she'd have for months. Quietly she offered, "I can patch it one more time. Just get me home." Jackson studied her for a long beat, then pulled out his phone. "Let me make a call. A buddy owes me a favor. Shouldn't be long." 20 minutes later, a tow truck arrived. Jackson had arranged everything. Truck towed to a shop in town, and he offered Jennifer a ride. She climbed into his dusty pickup, gratitude warring with discomfort. They drove in companionable silence, the truck rattling over the sun-baked road. Finally, she asked, "You work around here?" "Mostly ranch work. Been in Texas a long time." Jennifer nodded. "All my life. Born and raised here." "Third-generation Texan?" he asked. "Yes." She told him about Lily, the jobs, the struggle to make ends meet. Jackson listened. No advice, no judgments, just attention, and that alone felt like a balm to her frayed nerves. When they reached her mother's house, Lily ran into her arms. Wide-eyed, she looked at Jackson. "Are you a real cowboy?" "I suppose I am," he smiled. "Do you have horses?" "A few. Can I see them someday?" "Of course," he said. "You're welcome any time." They drove on to the diner. Before she got out, he handed her a simple card. "Name, phone number. Call me tomorrow. We'll figure out the truck." Jennifer admitted softly, "I can't afford much." "We'll figure it out," Jackson repeated, and she believed him. The next day, Jennifer called. Jackson picked her up, drove her to a small repair shop. Mechanic Pete examined the truck. "Mr. Cole here has taken care of everything," he said. "Hose, water pump, thermostat, all replaced. She'll run like a dream now." Jennifer turned to Jackson, stunned. "I can't let you do this. I can't pay you back any time soon." "Didn't ask you to," he replied simply. Over the next weeks, Jackson became a quiet presence in their lives. Sometimes he appeared at the diner, ordering coffee and pie, leaving generous tips. He invited Jennifer and Lily to see his horses. On the modest ranch, Lily fell in love with a gentle mare named Buttercup. Jackson patiently taught her to brush and handle the horse, guiding with calm, steady hands. Jennifer watched it with her daughter and noticed a shift, a softness, a longing, a care she hadn't seen in years. One evening, on the drive home after Lily had fallen asleep, Jennifer asked directly, "Why are you helping us?" "You don't know us." Jackson's voice was heavy with grief. "I had a daughter once, Sarah, about your age now, and a granddaughter I never met. 12 years ago, they died in a car accident, along with my wife. I buried myself in work, built walls. But seeing you and Lily reminded me that kindness is not weakness. That caring about people is what makes us human." Jennifer's heart clenched. "I'm not trying to replace what I lost," he continued, "but maybe I can honor them by helping someone who needs it." Jennifer squeezed his hand. "They'd be proud of you." A month later, she learned the truth. At the county clerk's office, a casual inquiry revealed Jackson Cole owned half the ranch land in the county, his family dating back to the 1800s. The modest ranch house, the simple clothes, the worn truck. Jackson Cole was wealthy beyond imagination, yet never flaunted it. That evening she confronted him. He shrugged. "Money doesn't change who you are, just reveals it. My father taught me. The measure of a man isn't what he owns, but what he does with it. You let me think I was just a ranch hand." Jennifer shook her head, smiling. "You're something else, Jackson Cole." "So are you Jennifer Walsh?" he said quietly. "Hard-working, determined, raising an incredible daughter, worth more than all the land in Texas." Months passed. Jackson became a fixture in their lives, helping with homework, attending school events, teaching Jennifer to maintain her truck, always present without overstepping. Slowly, both healed. One evening, watching Lily play with Buttercup at sunset, Jackson admitted, "I haven't loved in 12 years. Didn't think I could. But you and Lily, you taught me the heart has room for new chapters." Jennifer leaned into him. "You taught us kindness still exists. Good people are still out there." Lily's laughter echoed across the ranch. Two broken hearts, years apart in struggle and loss, had found each other. And sometimes that's all two people need to become whole again. This version stretches the story, adds reflective moments, small details, and dialogue beats to make it rich while keeping your original incidents intact. The next day, Jennifer called Jackson. True to his word, he arrived promptly, truck waiting. They drove in silence for the first few miles, the air between them comfortable, yet heavy with unspoken questions. When they reached the repair shop, Mechanic Pete greeted them warmly. "Mr. Cole here is taking care of everything," Pete said, wiping his hands on a rag. "New hose, water pump, thermostat, all replaced. She'll run like a dream now." Jennifer turned to Jackson, stunned. "I can't let you do this. I don't have the money to pay you back anytime soon." "Didn't ask you to," he said simply, his gaze steady and calm. There was no trace of condescension, only sincerity. Over the following weeks, Jackson quietly became part of their lives. He visited the diner occasionally, ordering coffee and pie, leaving generous tips. He invited Jennifer and Lily to his ranch, modest by appearance but expansive enough to hold a few gentle horses. Lily immediately gravitated toward a soft-eyed mare named Buttercup. Jackson patiently guided her hands as she brushed the horse, showing her how to approach slowly, speak gently, and earn the animal's trust. Jennifer watched from the fence line, noticing a softness in Jackson she hadn't seen before, a kind of careful attentiveness that seemed reserved for those he truly cared about. One evening, after a long day at work and a late shift at the diner, Jennifer drove home with Lily asleep in the back seat. She glanced at Jackson, who had been quiet for most of the ride, then asked, "Why are you helping us, Jackson? You don't even know us." Jackson exhaled slowly, his gaze on the road ahead. "I had a daughter once," he said quietly. "Sarah, she would be about Lily's age now. And a granddaughter I never got to meet. 12 years ago, a car accident took them, along with my wife. After that, I buried myself in work, built walls, told myself it was easy to be alone." Jennifer's chest tightened. She could feel the weight of his grief in the lines of his face. the softness of his eyes. "But seeing you and Lily," he continued, "watching you fight so hard for your daughter, reminded me that kindness isn't weakness. That caring about people is what makes us human. I'm not trying to replace what I lost. Impossible to do. But maybe I can honor their memory by helping someone who needs it, by being the kind of person they would have been proud of." Jennifer reached over and squeezed his hand. "They'd be proud of you," she said softly, and she meant it. A month later, Jennifer learned the truth by accident. She had gone to the county clerk's office to file some paperwork and noticed the name Cole on several property deeds. Curious, she asked the clerk, who looked at her with mild surprise. "You don't know?" the clerk asked. "Jackson Cole owns half the ranch land in this county. His family has been here since the 1800s. Jennifer's mind raced. The modest ranch, the simple truck, the worn jeans and shirts. It had all been a carefully concealed truth. Jackson Cole was wealthy beyond anything she could have imagined, and he had never once mentioned it. That evening, she confronted him. "You let me think you were just a ranch hand," she said, a mixture of disbelief and admiration in her voice. "I am a ranch hand," he replied evenly. "I work my land, take care of my horses. The rest is just paper and numbers in a bank account. Doesn't define me." Jennifer shook her head, smiling. "You're something else, Jackson Cole." "So are you Jennifer Walsh?" he said quietly. "You're the hardest working person I've ever met, raising an incredible daughter, making a life out of determination and love. That's worth more than all the land in Texas." Months turned into a year. Jackson became a fixture in their lives. He helped Lily with her homework, cheered at her school plays, showed up for birthdays, and taught Jennifer practical ways to maintain her truck. He never tried to replace Lily's absent father, but he became something equally vital, a steady, reliable presence. Slowly, carefully, both Jennifer and Jackson began to heal. One evening, as the sun dipped low and painted the horizon in amber and gold, Jennifer watched Lily play with Buttercup on the ranch. Jackson stood beside her, hands resting lightly on the fence, eyes soft as he observed the child laughing and running. "I haven't loved anyone in 12 years, Jackson admitted quietly. "Didn't think I could. But you and Lily, you've shown me that the heart has room for new chapters, even after the worst endings." Jennifer leaned into him, feeling the warmth of his presence. "You taught us that kindness still exists, that good people are still out there, even when it feels like the world has forgotten them." In the distance, Lily's laughter rang across the ranch, mingling with the soft nickers of Buttercup. Two broken hearts, scarred by life and loss, had found each other, together. They discovered something money couldn't buy, hardship couldn't destroy, and time alone couldn't create. They had found family, friendship, and love. And sometimes, for two people who had been adrift for far too long, that was everything.